Okay, well, this is video number 1. This is Jonah Lee.
And this man Robert.
Yes, and I've been getting a lot of questions because I've been posting on Facebook about where I'm at and what I'm doing on the storyline, so I've been getting a lot of questions about it.
Question to who? About me?
Questions to me about how I got here.
Oh, okay.
Okay. First of all, it's very easy to come to the Philippines. All you need is your passport. If you can get a passport, you get a visa on arrival, which means when you get off the plane, you get a 30-day visa that you can extend as time goes to a 2-month, every 2 months. It costs about 3,000.
Yes.
Around 3,000 pesos, which is 60 bucks for 2 months, $30 a month. Some places will extend it out further. Anyway, these Jonah Lee can vouch that they are very, very, very big on family.
Mm.
They all look after each other, and they're very welcoming. Nobody's tried to hit me in the head with a club. Nobody's tried to stab me. Nobody's tried to say go away, so I haven't went away. Now, I met her, and that's what brought me here.
Mm.
She came here. She worked in Singapore for years.
Mm.
Is that right?
Yes.
For many years to
And
take care of her
worked in
family.
Singapore in 9 years.
Her children were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Her and her ex had separated,
Mm-hmm.
divorced, whatever, or went their own way.
I'm
And she
separated
worked
in
for
12 years.
She worked for how many years?
12, huh?
12 years in Singapore.
No, 9 years.
9 years
Yeah, 9
in Singapore.
Years. I mean, I'm separate in 12 years.
Yeah. And to take care of family. If you're from the north where it's cool all the time, they do have aircon here, air conditioning, they call it aircon.
Mm.
And you can get it. And electricity is not that high here. To them, it's outrageous. To me, it's cheap. I mean, electric running, okay, let me explain this first. US dollars worth 56.7, 56.5, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That means for every one of your dollars is worth 56 of their dollars.
Yeah.
So, so when I say, hey, electric bill's around 2,500 pesos a month,
Mm-hmm.
that's only $50 a month. Here, that's outrageous. The prices went up a little. In America, people would be jumping up and down and screaming hallelujah for that kind of money. Their food to them is high. Food here is cheap. For the most part, it's all natural. Now they do have stores that have your amenity just like in the States. Maybe not everything you find in the States, but they have the amenity. But you can go down to the local market, you can buy pork for $1.40 to $1.80 a kilo, and a kilo is 2.2 pounds. Or 180 pesos, I'm sorry, 140 to 180 pesos for pork, which would be $3.50 for 2 pounds in America. You can get beef for around how much is beef?
Which one?
Beef.
Beef here is 350.
350 pesos
Yeah.
per kilo,
Per
which
kilo.
is 2.2 pounds.
Yeah.
So if you do the math, 350, that's $6 for 2 pounds. That's way cheaper than the States.
Mm.
And chicken is
165.
165 a kilo, which is 2.2 pounds.
Sometimes it's 190.
Sometimes 190. Oh my goodness. Anyway, when you get meat at the market, you just tell them how you want it. They'll grind it, they'll chop it up small, they'll slice it for you, whatever you want, it comes with it. Most of the vegetables, you go to the market, just come in that day or like a day, within a day or two. And it's like, I don't know, they have them broke down in small batches for like 20 pesos. sense.
Mm.
So they go to the market and get fresh everything, and that's part. When I came here, I wasn't eating right. I was way overweight. My health was in the dirt.
Mm.
Me and her work out together, which you've already seen. We work out together to motivate each other. I needed a lot worse than her, and she's there to motivate me, and she worked right along with me. I'm eating more natural, less additives in the food. My health has really did a turnaround for the better. Like I said, you still get amenities here. Transportation here, as you've seen on the thing, they have what they call a jitney. It's like a bus with a Jeep front on, it's wide jitney. They started them because the military post that was here in Angela City had a bunch left over, and they took them over, commandeered them, and made transportation out of them. Now they build them. And then you have the tricycle, which is with the sidecar, and motorbikes. Cars are here, but motorbikes are 70% of the transportation. They're just easier to get around on now. You go to the city, you got stoplights, stop signs. You come out here into the metropolitan outer area, no, it's every man for themselves. You come to an intersection, you look for an opening and go. And something you got to get used to around here. Traffic can blow your mind a little bit because of our mindset. What I like about being here, now I'm going back home. I'm waiting on her visa. I'm going to go back home, but more than likely I'm going to liquidate and come back here to live. What I like about here, I don't hate the U.S. I love the U.S. Love everybody in it. But that woke culture that is destroying it, this is my point of view, not yours, not everybody else, and a lot of people are going to disagree. But whether it's Republican or Democrat, the wokeness is killing it. And, you have to get the lesser two evils here. Now, a long time ago, they had crime. They wear, fanny packs are here. But you wear it across here, across your chest, not around your waist. A lot of them do that because that money rules. They have banks here, they have ATM cards. But for the most part, anywhere you go, you what? Pay with cash.
Mm.
You can exchange it. I have mine stay in America, and then I send myself money, or I send her money. And it changes out on the exchange rate, and I get it in pesos. But don't come over here with a bunch of credit cards. I mean, you can use them at like down in the metro area or the bigger stores and the malls. But you're not going to go down to the local market or the local store and use a credit card. You're going to have cash. So that's something I had to adjust to because everywhere I went in the States, I just swiped my card. Never kept up, just swiped it. You get a readout later. They're not woke. They have a LGBTQ community, but they're not woke. People are not woke. Nobody judge. They just don't care. You do your thing. I do my thing. They do their thing. Nobody judges. Nobody. They have other things to worry about besides what your sexual orientation is or preference or whatever. They just don't worry about it. They never hear them, or at least I've never heard them point. Now I'm sure there's some that do, some that don't, and there's very welcoming people here. Their second language is English. That's basically their second language because of the military from World War II on till we left here. If you're from a city, you do okay in Manila, down in the main part of Manila where they have the condos and all. You can rent a condo cheap. Now, I found a lot of people that don't like it here are people from the northern states. That's not knocking them. They're used to cooler overall weather. Most of the ones that do okay are military, farmers, southern, southwest type, where you have heat at least part of the year. That's the ones that do the best here. and able to adjust, because if you live in the city, you have a lot of amenities that when you go to the country, you still have your water, your shower, blah, blah, blah. But you don't have it at the same level, in the real outer areas. They call them provinces. I call it out in the country. But and they have a lot of things I'll get into at another time that they do different, way different than us. But it works, and it works here, and it works for them, and that's what they like. One of the things is, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, is unless you buy a little portable heater to put on the wall in your shower, you don't have hot water here. You rent a place, it might have the portable hot water thing that you turn on when you take a shower and it warms it up instant warm. But you just walk in a place, a lot of them aren't going to have it, but the water here in the lines, by the time, it stays about 72, 74 degrees. So when I first got here, I thought I was going to die. But now it's normal to have the cold water. I look forward to it when I take a shower. Throw it up on, first thing I do is put it on top of my head and let it run down my body, and then it takes about 10 seconds. It's adjusted, and it really don't feel like cold. It feels like kind of like getting in the swimming pool. But they do a lot of, they just are very, and they use their ingenuity, do a lot of things that we wouldn't think about doing, how to do there, or they've learned to do here, and some of it's quite different, but it works. Utilities, web, you can get unlimited internet for 1,600 pesos, 1,650. You divide that by 55, and that's what you're paying in dollars. 1,650 divided by 55. Everything I read off, if I forget to do it in cash in American bills, just divide by 55. That's the average. Right now it's 56 something, but 55. I'm not gonna come on here and blow wind up. But I will say, when I left there, I tried having relationships there. Nothing seemed to work. Even the ones I thought was okay backfired in my face. I met her, and I think she likes me just a little bit. No, she looks after me.
I loved him so much.
She looks after me. She takes care of me. She fusses at me to make sure I'm eating right or make sure I'm doing the right thing. If I get a scratch on me, she smacks me. Not in the face. She just smacks where the scratch is and says, "Why did you do that?" So, but we do a lot together. You're going to, now if you're wheelchair, some people's asked me about coming here. Now, if you're handicapped and cannot hardly get around walking, I don't suggest it, because they're really not, now in the main part of Manila, they have handicap ramps, things like that, elevators. But you get into the outer areas, like I'm in Caloocan. Caloocan is Metro Manila, but it's like a suburb, kind of like, in Tennessee. Nashville has suburbs like Gallatin, that kind of thing. That's what I'm in. After we get back from the States, after we get our visa, when we get back, we're going to Isabela, because she already has property there, and we're going to build a canteen there, which she's going to operate, and a house. So now, house costs, you can rent a place for, in American money, 100 to 3. If you rent it for 100, you're going to get the lower end. But if you spend $300, $250, $300 a month on rent, you're getting top quality here. You're getting a nice apartment, and you can look, and they'll have aircon. You have to really check when you can't look online and tell. You're going to have to come here, get you a room somewhere, get you a hotel, get you a condo for. We rented one for 4 days, right? It wasn't that much. And then search around, because they don't have Marketplace has some stuff here once you get here. First thing you're going to do is have to get a chip for your phone. When you get off the plane, go ahead and take your SIM card out, find you a Globe or Smart, and buy you a SIM card and load her up. Because they don't run on, the only one I think run out here is T-Mobile. So if you don't have T-Mobile, maybe Verizon, but I don't know for sure. I know the other ones, even AT&T, don't work well out here at all. Yeah, Smart Global. And you can get that at the airport. You can exchange money at the airport. I know when I got on the plane here, like I said, people were just jury. When I got off the plane in Manila, everybody was smiling, helpful. They have guards at every door at every place. Why? It's just the way they do. When you go in a place, they make sure, they check your bag. If you have a bag, they take your temperature. They just got away with the mask mandate outside, and they're working on getting rid of it indoors, but they're still wanting you to wear them indoors right now here. They're just now getting on the lower end of the spectrum with it. But that don't bother me. Inside, you're air conditioned, so the mask don't really bother. Outside, it was really bothering me, but they've done that. It's your use or don't use, your choice, so I won't be using. She's got a little vertigo last few days, kind of dizzy.
4 days now.
4 days.
Yeah.
It's getting better. That's one of the reasons I didn't come out with this before. Now, some other things, if you want to know about some other things that I don't talk about, they have the Filipino Pete, the Armstrong family, the Black Filipina, Old Dog New Tricks, Paul, the Philippines, Old Dog New Trick, Baby May, Sunshine Shoulders, Every Man Has a Dream. I looked at them before I came and got an idea what was going on. There's another one, I can't think of what it is right now, but I will, and I will put him out there because he's pretty good on info. Now, why I want to come back here to live? Well, first of all, you don't have to be single to come. I know married couples that are coming here to live because they're on retirement and their money goes 3 times as far here. I'm talking about Americans, European, husband and wives coming here. It's not necessarily guys coming to find a Filipino woman or women coming to find a Filipino guy. Their husband and wives coming out here. So if you don't mind, we haven't had to have aircon here. We use fans. A couple times it's got warm but for the most part it stays around 80, 85, which is warm, but not if you live in the south down, Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. Sometimes it's a little more humid and all, but it really wasn't that bad as I thought it was going to be because I'd heard horror stories. And then I realized most of them that worked on farms drove semi-trucks all over the country. And I'm not knocking people that live in the city and work in buildings, but you have to admit, you're under an air conditioner all day. You're going to have air conditioner here. We haven't really had to have it. We've talked about getting aircon, but hadn't had to have it, really. And the best thing to do is go out in the mornings or go out in the evenings and stay home in the middle of the day, right?
Yeah.
And it's not that it's so hot. I mean, I've got a little bit, but I mean, you look at my arms, I'm not like brown from being out, and I'm out in it a lot. I'm not even tanning. I can't figure out why I'm not tanning here. And she's afraid she's getting too dark. They do. Filipinos have a fear of getting too morena, as they call it, the color tan. They have a fear of it, so they do everything they can. Now, if you want to, if you're a city person, you might be okay in the cities here. Now, there's the main cities that expats go to is Manila, Isabela, Dumaguete, and Cebu, and Davao. And all these have countryside, but they also have the city. Where we're at in Caloocan, and when I got off the airplane, they said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Caloocan," because Even though they use the same alphabet, they pronounce their letters completely different as far as the vowels. So Calooccan is Kalukin to me, and it's Calaocan to them, and they thought I'd lost my mind. They said, we have no Kalukin. So I showed it to them, and they said, oh, Calaocan.
Before you say Kalogan.
Yeah, Calocan. And they thought I'd lost my mind. And it's very hard to speak Tagalog because we pronounce our vowels a certain way and they pronounce them a different way. So you get to reading their stuff, and I've read their stuff to them, and it's to them it's hilarious. If I read something and it's in Calaocan, but I have a lot more I can tell you, and I will tell you, and she will talk a little more later on. She's just kind of here right now. I missed a couple of days workout, but I work out every other day, and then we walk. And I got news for you. My health is better than it's been in a long time because I'm eating more pure. I'm eating meats, I'm eating vegetables, but it doesn't have all the chemicals in it. It doesn't have all the additives, fillers they put in the hamburger and stuff. This is, you pick out the meat, then they grind it. They charge you for a solid piece of meat, then they grind it. They don't add a bunch of filler and then charge you more. Their vegetables and stuff, like I said, are smaller than ours. Now, we have potatoes like that. They have potatoes like this because they don't use chemical fertilizers. Most of it's natural, so you're getting what we pay top dollar organic for in the States, you're getting here for less than you can get non-organic there. There's a lot of oddities I can get into. I'm not going to get into now, but the main reason I come here is I followed her. And that's another thing they say. They don't say, can I go with? They say, can I follow you? Or I want to follow you. And for a long time I thought, what do you mean follow me? And then I realized, instead of saying I want to go with you, they say I want to follow you. Or you follow me. That means go with me. And it confused me. But the people here are very nice, very, very nice. They love all nationalities, but they really love American because they've dealt with them more. And their English, they have, for the most part, almost not some don't, but for the most part, I'd say 70% understand some English, and I'd say 40% understand it very well. So you never know. And and what I like is they don't really talk about politics here. I see what's going on in our country. They don't talk about it here. Now, they had a rough time for a while, but then they've had Bongbong Marcos is president now, and Duterte was president a while back. They really cracked down and cleaned up a bunch of stuff, and I don't know about the other presidents because I haven't had experience with them, but these two really cleaned up the Philippines, and it's a nice, and let's just say they're coming into their own, and it's a very good place to be. Now, do they have crime? Yeah, they still have some crime. Do they have drug problems? Yes, they have some drug problems. But don't come here wanting to do drugs, and don't come here wanting to do a crime, because I got news for you. They don't have probation. If you're found guilty, you're going to jail, and it's not just a jail, it's a big prison type jail. And for whatever time you get, they're not going to put you on probation. They're not going to pet you on the hand. They're going to find you guilty or not guilty, and you're gone. So don't come here wanting to do drugs or sell drugs, or don't come here, and don't come here trying to traffic, because boy, they're harder on traffic than they are drugs. Don't come here trying to traffic, and pedophiles, beware, you'll die. What I mean by that is they've had some problems with it in the past where these guys thought they could come, because there's a lot of women here that would love to meet foreign men, and they work very hard. The men here, there's nothing wrong with them. Most of the men here don't want to get married. Or if they get married after the responsibility hits, some of them go, not all of them. There's some very good men I know here. They love their wives, they love their kids, they work very hard, they put out the sweat and blood to take care of them. So and I think the women population here, now I don't have the statistics, so I may be wrong, but I think it's like, to their men is like 2 or 3 to 1. So there's not as many men to go around, so they look. And the best thing about it is they don't as much judge you outside as they judge you inside. Am I right?
Yes.
They judge you more inside, not outside. So I introduced a friend of mine to a friend of hers, and they've hit it off. They haven't met. They're talking, but they're going to meet, but just don't, because of the internet and being able to go live. They've hit it off, and he's crazy about her, and she's, I think, crazy about him, right?
Huh?
And they're going to meet, and we'll see what happens. But I tried, there's a lot of women I know in the States that are very nice women, very good wives, very good mothers, very good people. Trouble is, you hear all them saying, where's all the good men gone, but they have a good man in front of them, they don't want it in the States because women's live, wokeness, all that. Now here, they don't care about women's live, they care about survival. Everybody talks about women here being submissive. No, they're not submissive. They get mad. They're going to let you know they're mad. Kind of like Latinas, they're going to unload on you if you don't do right. And they don't hesitate, do they? But for the most part, their survival consists of raising their family. And a lot of times it's a single mother. Raising a family, taking care of the family, making sure they have what they need. And they wash and cook and clean and do all that. And to them, it's, in America, they say, well, you want a slave, that's slavery. No, it's not. That's what my grandmother and my mother did. And they weren't slaves. My dad revered my mother. He would kill for my mother. But she kept the house, and he had to work out of town and everything else. If it wasn't for her, he wouldn't have stood together. And my grandparents the same way. My granddaddy may have run the farm, but my grandmother ran him. So, but she took care of the house. She made sure food was cooked to feed the workers on the farm, hauling hay, whatever. They made sure they had a nice dinner, whatever it took. That's how they are here. They're not slaves, and you don't want one to slave. They have their own mind, and they're very intelligent. Most of the women here finish high school or go to, and some of them go, and many of them going to college. Some of them don't, but compared to the dropout rate in the United States, you don't have very many that drop out unless it's by circumstance. In other words, they have no choice. They have to drop out to go to work to help take care of the family. Because they take care of family. The mother sacrifices for the kids, gets the kids grown, then the kids go out, and when they work, they send money back to their mother. Not because they have to, because they feel the love and obligation to. And it's like a cycle, and it's been that way for forever here. A lot of people work OFW. Her son right now has a wife and child, and he's on a boat. He sends money here, a little bit of money to her, a little bit and money to her, and saves some, and he'll be on that boat for 6-8 months, and then he comes home for a few months, enjoys his family, and then he'll get back on that boat because it's the best, one of the better paying things to do to take care of his family. They sacrifice like that. Like she was in Singapore while her kids were young. Her mother was watching them. She was paying her mother, sending money home to her to take care of them and to have money here. And she worked her tail off 6 days a week, 15 hours a day. That's what they do. They're not scared of work. So when women here go, oh my goodness, women there go, oh my goodness, you just want a slave, or they're treated like slaves. No, they're not. They look at you and laugh. And femininity, they can hold their own, but they also have a feminine side. So women over in America are going to get mad at me for saying it. And I'm sorry, I'm not knocking women there, but you have to admit, a lot of women, a lot of younger women have gone woke. And like this one woman I was watching on a news thing said that she made $40,000 a year. So she wanted whoever she dated to make at least that much, which, alright. But she said if she's going to marry someone, she wanted them to make $100,000 a year, or she wasn't married. Well, dictate to me I have to make $100,000 a year for you to love me. I don't want your love. I want to go. So I ran into a lot of that. First thing out of their mouth, how much you make, how often you get paid, what can you do for me? And there's men that do the same thing to women in America. I'm not saying they're not, and it's getting worse. More young guys are growing up, and they're used to being in their mama's basement. And now that mama's not around, they're trying to find them a woman to take place of their mother and take care of them. They don't want to get out and do anything. And if they do, like I said, here, you're not going to, what can I say? You're not going to have a hood to thump through. If you're some kind of gangster, leave the gangster at home. It won't work here. It won't fly here. Now, respectfully, I've never had a problem. When I went to immigration or wherever, they treat me with respect. Everybody smiles. You'll look at some and they'll have a look on their face like they're frowning, but they're not. They're waiting for you to say something to them. And the minute you say something to them, that look, and it's not really a frown, it's just like a solemn look, will turn into the biggest smile you ever seen. I've done it many a time. I thought maybe they didn't like me because I'm white, I'm American. Then I found out, no, it's not that. They just don't know how to approach me, just like I wasn't sure how to approach them. But I just say hello. And they say hello, and you're going to hear a lot, hello, Joe. Because that's what they used to call them in the military, Joe. So they'll go, hi, Joe. And I just hi back. And I had my veterans hat on when I got off the airplane. And even the guards there were saying thank you for your service and being very, very good to me. They respect military. They respect older people. Older people here are Jim. They don't want to put them in nursing home, and they don't. They take care of the elder here. They don't put them in nursing homes. They don't leave them out to pasture. They look after them. That's something that's trending the opposite direction in the States, and we all know that. Not everybody, and I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of them ain't got time for that. But the people here, they take care of their elder. An elder is a sign of distinction here. The older you are, the more respected you are. You'll have some people that will walk up to you if you're older. They take your hand and they take your hand and bend over and touch their forehead with your hand. That's a sign of respect, not because they do that out of respect, and it's their choice whether they do it or not, and they do. Ain't that right?
Yes.
And she's not saying a lot, but she will as she gets used to it. She's not used to this. But anyway, I followed her here. I'm here. I love it here. I am coming back to the States. Until then, I will be doing one or two of these, maybe a couple a week, telling you about different things about the Philippines. Maybe doing one while I walk through a mall. Their malls are 4, 5, 6 stories high. They are very big on malls. Because of the heat situation in the middle of the day instead of you going to the mall. And they have stuff like McDonald's, Burger King, Subway. She hates it because every time I go to immigration, it's in a giant mall, and the first thing I hunt for is Burger King.
He loves Burger Kings.
She wants to eat rice and chicken. I want Burger King.
He eat Burger Kings is every 2 months when he go to immigration.
Yeah. And it's just like the Burger King at home.
Burger Kings.
Yeah. They have McDonald's right here. They don't have Burger King near me. They have McDonald's near me.
But I make him a patty burger for him.
Yeah.
My own homemade.
She makes homemade burgers for me because she knows I like burgers and hot dogs. And I'm taking in a lot of protein right now, and I'm taking in whey to concentrate for my arm muscles. Because let's look, I'm 62 years old. My muscles don't do like they used to. I'm getting it back. I'm losing weight, but I'm getting muscle. And she's making sure I work. But I need that. I'm one of these kind that'll procrastinate if not pushed. But she takes care of me, and she tries to put me first. And I'm not used to having that. I'm used to putting a lot of other people first. My daughter hates it that I'm here, but I will be going home, but she's going to hate it because I'm coming back too. But she's 22, married with a child, so it's one of them things. I'm 62.
And I'm
I'm on the downside and sliding fast. But anyway, I hope y'all have a good day. If you have any questions, you can send it in private messenger on my Facebook, or you can ask questions right on here, because this is going to go to YouTube and then to Facebook. I will share it with Facebook after I share it to YouTube. But please like and share, because I'd like to get the channel going. Not to make money. I don't make money off of Facebook, and I got 47 total, 42,000 followers and 4,800 something friends. So I don't make nothing off that. I just enjoy it. But I'd like this to be shared and got out. So, and I'm not getting monetized on YouTube. At least not yet. I don't think I will, because I'm not sure how to do it. I'm very not tech savvy. I'm lucky I can do this and get it uploaded. But you have a great day. It's morning here. It's nighttime there. Central time, we're 13 hours ahead. We're 12 hours ahead Eastern time. And of course you got Mountain Time, Pacific time, and even goes further. So when it's Friday night there, it's Saturday morning here. When it's Saturday morning there, it's Saturday night here. So my daughter still hasn't figured that out. She'll call me at 2 o'clock in the morning, but it's 2 o'clock there and she forgets. Anyway, you have any questions? Want to know anything about the Philippines? Have anything you need to talk about? Let me know. Anybody that wants to come here, if you're retired, you can come here and live like a king, husband, wives, single guys, whatever, and not have a problem. Now, if you're not retired and you want to come here and you have a little bit of savings to get you kicked off, what you can do, yeah, I gotta hook this up. Sorry, folks. What you can do is the Black Filipina. You can go to his page and he tells you on there where to go, and he can tell you how to get online work or what kind of work there is legal. Now, you can't just come here and start a business, so don't try. You can work for a call center or something like that, but you're not going to come here and start a business yourself unless you have a Filipina. They just won't let you. You have to be part of the country. You can't just come from China and buy up farmland, not pointing any fingers, and keep it for yourself. You're not going to do it. Anyway, Sunshine Shoulders has a good take on things. Armstrong Family's more about the Filipina P's informative. Armstrong's more just about their family. But Old Dog, he's hilarious sometimes. But he's very informative. He's very helpful, very kind. Black Filipino, though, can tell you how or what he did. He's under 65, 62. And he works out of the Philippines, but he works online, and he has different information about that I don't have. I'm too stupid to have. But anyway, you have a great day. I've run this a little long. And any questions, put them on here, and the next one I come on, I'll answer those questions. I won't use your name unless you want me to, but I'll answer the question. Anyway, sorry you had to put up with this ugly mug, but it's like a bulldog. It's so ugly, it's cute. Anyway, this is Booncat Country in the Philippines. Talk at you later. Say bye.
Bye.